Hello, it's Quad9's back again, another installment of my Cube series. Today we'll be going over the blue cards. I keep adding cards. I take a few out here and there if I just see it not getting drafted, but generally my cube's just getting bigger. It's over 450 cards now, so we easily draft 8. I believe we can, 450, so we can draft 10. Haven't had that come up yet. Usually, we just pull out a few extra cards and then just at random, and then draft 8. So, anyway, let's go with the blue. We'll start off with the creatures. Got Delver, Enclave Cryptologist, Phantasmal Image, Ethereum Sculptor, Juicy Apprentice, Gilded Drake, which is always fun to get people with, Kira Great Glass Spinner, let's see, next 4-way copy, same with Pestermite, 4 on it, Vendilion Click, Deceiver Exarch. I do have all 4 pieces of the Exarch, Splinter Twin, Pestermite, Kiki Jiki in here. So those are the 2 blue. Got Mana War, some Bounce, go with Dungeon Geist. It's not seen any playing standard, but Strangely in Cube, it's rather a good effect. Just tap stuff down and keeping it tapped down. Trade One Rider, build it right. Extremely not fair if you have a fair amount of creatures out. Phyrexian Metamorph. Somebody has a Soul Ring. Hey, now you have a Soul Ring. Somebody has any sword, artifact, creature. You have it too. Now, if they're legends, they don't kill each other, which is kind of good and kind of not. Glenolindra, of course, just basically 2 negates on a stick. Counter any non-creature spells. Good stuff. Adds a flyer. So, Mole Drifter, all the value. Riftwind Cloudscape. It's really a 2-drop because most people would just suspend it on 2. You can see the text there. Sorry. And Moloku. I've seen some people drop this from their cube, but it's just, when it's good, it's just so good. So, yeah. And Chronicler's another one of those. I've played with it once or twice in the Moto Cube. You don't see it in a lot of cubes, but in the right deck, it's just back-breaking the card draw, and then when it comes out, it's just really big if you're control deck. So, and speaking of control deck, win conditions, Aetherwing. Of course, anybody playing Standard now knows how good this card can be. Consecrated Sphinx, drawing all the cards and beating down. Frost Titan. People always say he's the worst Titan, and in a vacuum, I suppose he is, but if they have a Titan and you have a Titan, they never get to use theirs. You just tap it down repeatedly. And so he wins all the Titan wars, but he's not, his effect isn't as strong, like I said, in a vacuum as the other ones. But not being able to be targeted without them paying 2 extra mana and being able to tap stuff down is pretty big. This guy plus Vinzer, I don't think I've ever lost that game when I cast this guy after having Vinzer on the field and bouncing. So, just saying. I like Factor Fiction, and this is Factor Fiction with a 5/6 flyer. It's for 7, but still. Inkwell Leviathan, there's some good artifact shenanigans you can do, and it's just it's got Shroud, it's Trample, Island Walk, it's a big beater. So, on to the Planeswalkers. If I get that glare off. Okay, maybe that's better. Got the Baby Jace, Jace Architect of Thought, and Jace the Mind Sculptor. Hopefully I will be getting one of the from the Vault 20s, and if I do, the 4-1 will be going in here. So, Tameo the Moon Sage. Okay, now on to the actual spells, sorceries, enchantments, and instants. Starting with some free ones. Sorry, I cannot get the glare off, but that's all right. Ancestral Vision. Of course, you can live the dream of cascading into this from, like, I don't know, Shardless Agent or Bloodbraid Elf or something like that. But you draw the 3 cards when it actually gets cast. It can be countered, of course, but still, really good value. Pact of Negation, good free counter. Of course, you have to pay for it the next upkeep, but sometimes it just keeps you alive and you don't mind paying, so it's good stuff. Daze, it would cost 2, but most times you can get people with it. Turn an island to your hand, and they have to pay 1 more, and they're usually tapped out, so that's the only reason you can cast it. Force Spike, kind of like Daze. Counter target spell, its controller pays 1, unless its controller pays 1. Ponder, actually just realized earlier that this was not in my cube, so I had to add it. Really like, you know, the filtering and the card selection, so had to go in there, and I randomly have one full. So Brainstorm, you know, especially in my cube, you have a lot of shuffle effects. I've got all the fetches and just other things, so this is very powerful. Spell Pierce, usually a sideboard card. There are, with all the planeswalkers and everything in my cube, you can main deck this and be okay, but a lot of times you just sideboard it. If you see something, you just bring it in. Preordain, more of the card selection, card filtering. Mystical Tutor, go get any of your instants or sorceries, put them on top of your deck. Chain of Vapor, this was added as a suggestion just by one of my friends on Moto, actually. He just put it in the description of one of my cube videos when I asked for help, and he named this, and it really works. So, Blue Elemental Blast. Actually, I have this in the red one. I'm looking to replace them with Hydro and Pyro, but you know, it does for right now. Counterspell. Like I said, this is my favorite counterspell, the Mercadian Mask, just because of the flavor text. You can see it there. Got a Mana Leak. I used to hate this card when I first started playing, because you know, a lot of people just played aggro and just getting stuff countered just didn't feel good. But then you start playing blue a little bit more, and you realize that it's, you know, just a little bit more fun if you're doing the countering. So anyway, that was good. My cube has a lot of Storm support, so this is one of my favorite ones. If they don't have Eldrazi, it's just a really fast way to win with the Brain Freeze, milling them out after, you know, just 2 or 3 rituals or something like that. Remand, card just keeps going up since it wasn't reprinted in Modern Masters, but it's just a very strong effect, you know, countering, putting it back on the hand that you draw the card. The tempo is just really big. Impulse, once again, if I get from about 20s, probably put it in here, although this one's fine. And the rule, just can just be bounce, can be, you know, the value with the card draw. Negate, Memory Lapse, Standstill. Not a very fun card, but I got the promo, and it's a good build around me card, so you get a hit on board, play this, and they have a choice to make. Forbidden Alchemy. Just picked up my foil Tinker. This is the main way you're gonna cast Inkwell Leviathan or Sundering Titan or something like that, but definitely a broken card. There's a reason it's banned in pretty much every format but Cube and Vintage, I think. Thirst for Knowledge. Forbid. Intuition. Can make some really good choices with that. Capsize. Careful Consideration. One of my favorite blue cards, Cryptic Command. It's really blue, it costs 3 blue and a colorless. So. Gifts Ungiven. Fact or Fiction. Like I said, I do like Fact or Fiction, so if I'm going to have the Sphinx, might as well have the actual card. And, like I said, my cube has a bunch of Storm support, so yes, I do have Mind Break Trap in here. And you're not wrong for getting it for any deck, because almost every time we draft, one of my friends, if not me, draft Storm. So you might want to have an answer to it. I got Deep Analysis, Dismiss, Opposition, a lot of fun token decks or just different control-y things you can do with that. Control Magic, I repeatedly refer to this as Mind Control, even though I know it's not. It's just have it, but Control Magic, strictly better. Time Spiral, Mind's Desire, fun Storm card, and it's in the 7th spot, although usually it will only cost 2, but Temporal Mastery. Anyway, so that's all the blue. Be on the lookout for another part. Of course, I'll probably go into black next, but you never know, I may mix it up. But anything that you saw that is not foil or promo, and you happen to have one that is, please let me know. I'll probably trade you for it. And also, if you have any suggestions on cards I may be missing that you think should be in here, let me know that too. Thanks for watching.